Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I'll be fighting a 1,600-point battle between my Dark Angels and Devin's Knights. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Knights of House Hawkshroud were sent to this planet because the Imperial Guard had been locked in a tight battle against some Chaos Space Marines that had taken over this planet and were rampaging through. And their assistance was requested, and they sent out a force of knights to go help in this very honorable fight against the forces of chaos. But their ships got caught up in the warp, and it ended up taking them a lot longer to get to the planet than they had originally intended. So when they arrived on the planet, the Chaos Space Marines had been defeated, but all of the Imperial Guard that were on this planet fighting them had been slain, and the only Imperial forces were the Dark Angels that happened to still be on this planet. So the Knights asked and inquired as to what happened on the planet and what had occurred to wipe out all of the Imperial defenders except for the Dark Angels, and the Dark Angels did not respond. They refused, in fact, to respond. And the Knights, with their holy order, with their knightly honor and their holy mission, decided that was not acceptable. And the Dark Angels said, "Oh well," and that's when the battle ensued. So, that is the story that we've got going on here. The mission that we are going to be playing is just a basic Maelstrom mission. So we've got the 6 objectives. That's Objective 1, that's Objective 2, Objective 3 is over here. Objective 4 is... Ooh, where is Objective 4? Oh, Objective 4 is right under him over there. Objective 5 is over here, and Objective 6 is over there with the filters. So that is... we're just going to be doing a basic mission, so draw 3 and then draw up to 3 each turn. So that is it for the story and the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off the detachment, we have an Interrogator Chaplain in Terminator armor, Azrael, and a Lieutenant with a Mastercrafted bolt gun. We have 3 5-man tactical squads. 2 of those squads have multi-meltas. We have a 5-man squad of Deathwing Knights. We have 2 6-man Hellblaster squads. And last but not least, we have a Land Raider Crusader with a multi-melta upgrade. So for the Knights, he'll be running a super heavy detachment with House Hawkshroud. Leading it off here, we have a Knight Warden with a Melta Gun and Storm Spear missile pod. We have 3 Armiger Warglaves with Melta Gun upgrade. And last but not least, we have a Knight Castellan with 2 Shieldbreaker missiles and 2 twin Siegebreaker cannons. Alright, so those are the armies. Going over deployment now. We've got 1 5-man tactical squad over here without the multi-melta. We've got the Land Raider here. Inside are the Knights and the Interrogator Chaplain. In the front here we have the 2 Hellblaster squads with Azrael and the Lieutenant. We have another 5-man tactical squad with the multi-melta over here, and another 5-man tactical squad with the multi-melta over here. Going over deployment for the Knights, we have on this side, we have the Knight Warden. We've got the 3 Armiger Warglaves, and we have the Knight Castellan. So, as of right now, the Dark Angels will be going first, unless the Knights can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. That's cocked. Let's try it again. Oh, and he seizes the initiative on a 6. So we will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Knights here on turn 1. All right, so the cards drawn for the Knights here on turn 1. Defend Objective 6, defend Objective 1, and hold the line. So we will come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase here on turn 1 for the Knights. This Armiger moved up here. This Armiger moved up here. Both of his Knights moved up this way. And then his other Armiger over here advanced so he could get within 3 inches of objective number 6 over there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, his Castellan's going to start us off. He's going to fire the Volcano Cannon into my Land Raider over here. He's going to fire everything else into which squad? The one on the left? Which one? They're both 6. The one on the left here, this unit over here, except he's going to spend 2 command points on Oathbreaker Guidance System, and he's going to fire one of his missiles right at Azrael over here. So get the deal with this missile. It is, because he's spending 2 command points, he can shoot at a character even if they're not the closest, so that's going to be what he's going to shoot into Azrael. It is Strength 10, AP -4, and in D6 damage, and invul saves cannot be taken against him. So this could straight up kill just Azrael right off the bat. So we're going to do this first because it would be hilarious if the first blood and Slay the Warlord happened on first turn because of this. So here we go. Hitting on a 3. Oh man, that's a hit. That's a hit. I hope that's not a continuation of the way this goes. Wounding on a 2. Oh! You're going to spend a command point? He's going to spend a command point on it. Into a 6. Don't do another. Okay. So I have a chance now to roll a 6. His AP -4. He's got 2 up armor save. No invul saves allowed. So a 6. Show me that fill face. Show me that fill face. No. Okay. I'm going to spend a... No, don't you dare. I'm going to spend... Actually, I'm going to use his Warlord trait one to re-roll this one here because he might be dead, in which case I need to get that out of the way. So here we go. Looking for a 6. Show me the fill face. Yeah! With the fill face! Woo! All right, so now the Gatling Cannon is going to fire into my Land Raider over here, hitting on a 3. Oh, D6 shots, so 5 shots. Oh boy. So it's going to be 5 shots, looking for 3s to hit. Okay, so that's 3 hits. Strength
14.
Strength 14, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. AP
5.
AP -5. Okay, so that just goes straight through. How many damage is this?
First damage is 3d3.
Oh, first is 3d3, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6 damage on the first one. Plus another 6, 7, 8. So it's 6 plus 8 is looking at 14.
Yeah,
that's 14 damage. He's got 2 left. Yeah, he's dead. Wow, that was ridiculous. Does he explode though? No, he does not. And that is first blood. All right, one guy twisted an ankle getting him as he came out of the wreckage there. So that is where they are left. All right, so now the 2 Siegebreaker cannons are going to fire into my squad of Hellblasters over here. So it's going to be 2d3 shots each. So we're going to have 4d3 shots. So that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots. All right, so these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, all but 2 hits. These are now going to be strength, what is it? 7, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting all but 2 again, so that's going to be 4 wounds in there. AP -1, so it's going to be 4 up saves. Failing 2 of them, it's D3 each. So the first one is 1, so the other one's going to kill him. All right, so he is going to supercharge his Plasma Decimator. So it's 2d6 shots. That's going to be 7 shots coming in here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. So he's going to take 1 mortal wound because of that, but everything else hits. These are strength 8, so wounding on 2s. All but 1, so that's going to be 5 wounds there. AP -3, so they're going to be 4 up invul saves because of Azrael. And I failed 1 of them, which is going to be 2 damage, so it's just going to kill a guy. All right, so now this armorer over here, the one who advanced, is going to fire his thermal spear into my wounded Hellblasters over there. It's an assault weapon, so it's going to be hitting on a 3, or D3 shots. So 2 shots, hitting on 3s. Hitting on 4s because it's -1 to hit. So he gets 1 hit, wounding on a 2. That is a wound. It's 4 up invul save. No, failed that. Yeah, he did. The middle armorer here is going to do the same thing, shooting into the wounded unit here. It's D3 shots. That's going to be 2 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s because he did not advance. So that is 1 hit, 1 wound, 4 up invul save. He's good. Woo! And same thing over here with the thermal spear. D3 shots. 1 shot, and that's a hit. That is not a wound. And now his Knight Warden is going to fire he's got the Relic Gatling Cannon that's going to fire into the full squad over here, and then the missile pod is going to fire into the wounded squad over here. So the Gatling Cannon is actually, the Relic one is 14 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Any hit of a 6 is going to be 2 hits instead of is going to be 2 hits instead of just 1 hit. That's what the Relic does. It's pretty cool. So here we go. Looking for 3s. All right, getting a couple 6s in there. 3 6s, 4 6s. So that's going to be an additional 4 hits, or yeah, additional 4 hits with that. So he's going to take those ones over there. So these are now strength less than 8, but more than 4. So it's going to be 1 second. Yep, they are going to be strength 6, so these are going to be wounding on 3s. All right, so all but 2 there. So that's going to be 3, 6, 9 wounds. All right, and they are AP -2, so these are going to be 9. These are going to be 9 4-up saves because of Azrael's invul save there. Failing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. They are 2 damage apiece. So that is that's 5 to guess. And now the Storm Spear missile pod is going to fire into the wounded squad, or I guess it was the wounded squad. Now it's the better, stronger squad over there. Heavy 3, so 3 shots hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. These are going to be wounding on 3s. Oh, 2s, a strength 8. So that's 2 wounds. Going to be 2 4-up invul saves because of Azrael. Failed 1, D6 wounds. 6. So he is really dead. All right, and that is it. I say it with quotes around it for the Knights here on turn 1. I do have a couple rolls to make for morale. The squad on the left here lost 4 guys, so 4 plus 2 is 6. They're good to go. And the guy on the right here lost 5, so 5 plus 2 is 7. He's good to go as well. Yeah, we're not running. So that is it for the Knight's turn here on turn 1. He did not score anything yet, but he started scoring over there, and he's going to get rid of defend objective 1 over here. So we will come back to the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, so objectives that I drew no forgiveness, so I have to try to destroy an enemy unit that was controlling an objective marker at the start of the turn. I got seize and interrogate, which is I get 1 victory point if any enemy characters were slain by Dark Angels units in the fight phase. I get D3 if it's the Warlord. And then I got priority orders received, so Azrael has to get blood and guts, kill an enemy unit that was destroyed during the fight phase of this turn. So we were joking at the beginning. I was like, oh, Knights have like a disadvantage with the Maelstrom missions. I guess I was just proven wrong. When you draw, everything is just kill them in the fight phase. So those are the cards I drew, so we'll come back to you with after the movement phase. All right, movement phase. These guys moved up over here. This squad back here stood still. These 4 squads moved up over this way, getting a little closer to his Knights. These guys moved up over this way, looking to possibly get off the charge, and these guys back here stood still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, they are going to fire into his Armorer Warglaive over there. So we're starting off with the multi-melta, hitting on a 3. That is a hit. Strength 8, so wounding on a 3. That is a wound. AP -4.
5 up.
5 up. No, goes through. So D6 damage. 2 damage. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Into a 6. Do I get the command point back? I do, in fact. And now the big game changer, the 3 bolters are going to fire into him over there. Hitting on 3s. Okay, getting 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. Oh boy, 2 wounds. Do it. Do it. Take wounds from bolters, please. No, he makes them. All right, so the 1-man guy over here is going to fire into the Warglaive over there. He's going to supercharge. He's within rapid fire range, so we're going to have 2 shots hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling because of Azrael. All right, so he will be dead. Oh boy! All right, strength 8, looking for a 3 to wound. Re-rolling once because of the lieutenant. Yeah, okay, I got a wound. AP -4, 5 up invul. Oh, yeah, of course he had to make it. All right, so Interrogator Chaplain here is going to fire his Stormbolter into that Armorer Warglaive. That is, ooh, this is what I needed this next roll. Those are all hits. Wounding on 5s. All of these would have hit, but none of them wound. All the other ones would have wound. Oh, whatever. Yeah, nothing there. All right, 3 of these bolters are in range of him, so we're going to fire hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right, there we go. 2 hits. Wounded on 5s. Adds up to a 5. All right, Azrael's going to fire into this Armorer Warglaive. He's going to supercharge, so hitting on a 2. All right, that's a hit. Ugh. I thought I was going to blow him up. I really thought I was going to blow him up. Strength 8, looking for a 3 to wound. That's a wound with a fill face. But that is a save. This lieutenant here is going to fire his Mastercrafted Bolter into him, hitting on a 3. Rerolling because of Azrael. That's a wound. AP -1. Oh, no, that's a wound. Wounded on a 5. Oh, no, that's a hit. Oh, my God. It's hot here in Georgia. It's hot. My brain is melting out my head. Here we go. Wounding on a 5. No. No wound. All right, so this squad here is going to fire into the Armorer Warglaive. They're going to supercharge, and I'm going to spend a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age. Do I get it back? I do not. So I'm down to 8. All right, so they're going to fire into him, rapid fire. So 4 shots, hitting on 3s. Oh, I'm going to do it one at a time. Hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. And that is 2 hits. These are strength 8, looking for 3s to wound. Oh boy, rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. All right, so that's 4 wounds. 4, 5 up, invul saves. No, failed them all, so he is dead. Does he explode? He does not. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, they are going to charge into his Armorer Warglaive over here. So he is going to fire Overwatch with the Thermal Lance first, D3 shots. That's going to be 1 shot, hitting on a 6. No hit there. Melt-a-gun is not a hit. So they need a 7-inch. What's that? Oh, 1 second. Oh boy! So my opponent is going to spend 2 command points for Staunch Allies, which means that his choose a friendly House Hawkshroud model that is more than 1 inch away from an enemy units and within 12 inches of the unit that is a target of the charge. They may fire Overwatch. So his Castellan is now going to fire Overwatch into my poor guys over here. So here we go. We're gonna start with the Siege Breaker. So it's gonna be 4d3 shots, right? So that's going to be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 shots total that are gonna come in here. So these are going to be hitting on 6s. Oh boy, that's way more hits than the other guy got. So that's 4 hits there. These are strength what again? Strength 7. So they're gonna be wounding on 3s. So strength 7 shots. These are going to be wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. 3 up invul save. Oh, he makes it. He's going to overcharge with the plasma here. So 2d6 shots. So that's going to be 9 shots. Oh boy. So these are going to be 9 shots. These are going to be hitting on 6s. Getting no 1, so he doesn't take any wounds, but he did get 2 hits. These are going to be strength 8, so wounding on 2s. Okay. What are you rolling my dice? Oh boy, and here comes the volcano. So it's 2d6 or is it 2d3 shots?
D6.
These are d6 shots. 1 shot.
6.
Looking for a 6. Oh, I saw that 6. It wanted a 6, but it didn't happen. So, whew. All right. All right. So then you need a 7-inch charge to get in. Oh my God. I'm gonna spend a command point to re-roll that. Oh no! All right, I did not get any of my objectives, and I'm going to get rid of priority orders received because I mean Azrael is not taking any of these guys, either of these 2 guys who are both characters because he spent the command point to make the. So he's the warlord, and then he made him a character, gave him a warlord trait with the command point. It's one of the stratagems that the knights have. So I'm not going to kill either of them. So with Azrael alone. So we will come back to you with the cards drawn for. Oh, at the end of my turn, he did score defend objective 6 over there, and we will come back to you with the cards drawn for the knights here on turn 2. All right, so my opponent got priority orders received and got Duel of Honor, so he has to try to kill a character with one of his characters. Or no, I guess it has to be with his warlord because his priority orders received in the fight phase. He also still has hold the line, and then he got secure objective 4. So that is it for the cards. We'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the knights here on turn 2. This knight moved up here looking on those poor guys over there. His warden moved up over here looking on them. I wonder who he's going to want to charge in the fight phase. I imagine he's probably going to kill these guys in the shooting phase and then just leave him alive so you can charge him. So pretty brutal. This guy moved up over this way, looking at whoever he wants over this way, and his Valiant actually moved back so he could get on objective 4 back over there and hold that one. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so Armorer Warglaive over here is going to start off the shooting into this tactical squad. We're going to start with the Thermal Spear. 3 shots, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounded on 2s. That is 1. It was 1 wound over there. AP minus 4. So that's just gonna kill the dude. And the melt gun. That's a hit. That's a wound. Dead guy. All right, his castle in here is going to fire everything into my knights over here. So we're going to start with the the siege breaker cannon. So it's going to be 4d6 shots or 4d3 shots. So it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots that are going to be coming in here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All but 2 hits. These are going to be these are strength 7, so wounding on 3s. Getting 4 wounds. 4 3-up invul saves. Failing 2 of them. D3 wounds the first one. Kills the dude. Second one. Kills the dude. Here comes the Volcano Lance. So it's going to be 3 shots. Getting 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds. 2 3-up invul saves. Making them both. Woo! All right, here comes the plasma destroyer. It's plasma killerator. the plasma dude blender. Decimator. Here it comes. So 2d6 shots. Aha! 3 shots. That's how I'm going to win it. That's 3 hits though. Wounding on 2s. He is supercharging. So that is going to be 2 wounds.
That's all I need.
That's all he needs, he says. Here we go. 2 3-up saves. Oh, barely, but they're good. And now this Armored Warglaive is going to fire into my knights over there. So we're going to go with the Thermal Lance first. D3 shots. It's going to be 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on 2s. That is a wound. 3-up invul save. Yeah, he good. And the Melt-A-Gun. That is not a hit. All right, so now the Gatling Cannon is going to fire into my knights. The Storm Spear Missile Pod and the Melt-A-Gun are going to fire into my Hellblasters over here. So we're going to start with the Gatling Cannon. These are going to be 14 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, and those 6s count as 2 hits each. So that's going to be those 3 are over there. So basically 1 miss is what it comes down to. These are going to be wounding on 3s. Ooh, okay. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. So we've got 7 3-up invul saves. And I make all but 1. 2 damage each, that kills the die. So now the Storm Spear Missile Pods are going to fire into my Hellblasters there. So that's 3 hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds. AP 4-up invul saves because of Azrael. And I make them both. And the Melt-A-Gun. That's a hit. That is not a wound. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, this Armorer is going to charge into my tactical squad over here. We're going to start with the Multi-Melta, hitting on a 6. That's not a hit. And then we've got 3 bolt shots coming in here, hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit, wounding on a 5. No wound. Charge distance is actually going to be in. All right, so now his Warden is going to charge into everybody over here. So we're going to go with Overwatch here. We're going to go with the Hellblasters first. They're going to supercharge. The first guy hitting on 6s. Rerolling because of Azrael. Okay, nothing there, but not dead, which is good. And then the second guy. That's 1 hit. That is not a hit on the reroll there. This is going to be wounding on a 4 because he's tough 8. Nope, nothing there. And then Azrael is not going to supercharge, and he's going to fire both profiles, so we'll go with the plasma first. Getting 1 hit, rerolling because of himself. Nope. Oh, thank God I did not overcharge. I was going to, and I'm glad I didn't. Yeah. On a 4. That's a wound. AP -3. No, takes 1 wound there. And then we've got the Mastercrafted Bolter. That is no hits. That is 1 hit. But that is not a wound. And then I've got the Mastercrafted Bolter from him. Nothing there. Nothing there. So his charge distance is in. All right, this Armorer is going to charge into both the guys over here. The Interrogator Chaplain, hitting on 6s, reroll. Not rerolling because he doesn't get to reroll. So his charge distance is totally in. All right, so now his Warden is going to put everything into Azrael over here. So he's going to have 4 attacks with the Chainsword, hitting on 3s. That's all hits. Wounding on 2s. Because I imagine he's more than strength 8. So that is going to be 2 wounds.
I'm going to use a reroll.
Oh, he's going to spend his reroll and a command point to reroll both of those. Getting 1 more, so that's going to be 3 into him there. That's it for command points at this point, I think. Yeah, he's done with command points, so here we go. Three 4-ups. If I fail one of these, he's dead. Oh, boy. 4-ups. Oh, no, I failed one. I'm going to spend a command point. Here we go. 50-50 chance here. Come on, Azrael. You can do this. You can do this! No! Oh! So, yeah, Azrael just got chopped in half. And that is Slay the Warlord. So he was still on there to see if I can get my command point back for that one. And I do. Oh, now you come up with a 6. And now his armor here is going to attack into my Deathwing Knight, everything. So it's 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. So it's 3 hits. Strength 14. So wounded on 2s. That is 2 wounds. 3 up. Invul save. And he failed them both, so he is dead. And this armor over here has he's going to use the other mode with his sword, which is going to be the sweep attack. So this is going to be 8 attacks into them over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, all but 2 hits, or 3 hits. So these are going to be strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 4 wounds. AP.
None. No, AP deck 2.
AP -2, so 4 5-up armor saves. And I failed 3 of them. That squad is wiped. All right, so now my Interrogator Chaplain is going to strike back at him over here. So we got 3 attacks hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. All right, that's 3 hits. Strength +1 with the Crozier, so it's going to be strength 5, looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP -1, so 4 up. That is a wound, so he takes 2 damage. And now my my Hellblasters here are going to attack into him. 5 attacks hitting on 3s. All right, all but 1 hit. These are going to be wounding on 6s. Fill faces! No, nothing there. And the Lieutenant's going to attack in. 3 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Those are all hits. Wounding on 6s. That is 1 6. So that is a regular save. Looking for a 3 up. Oh, he takes a wound. Yeah! All right, so that's the end of the Knight's turn. He got priority orders received when his Warlord killed the guy there, so he gets a Duel of Honor, so he gets a victory point for that, and then he gets an additional 3 victory points for getting it with his Warlord. He then got had defend objective 6, and then he got secure objective 4. So that puts him at a pretty decent lead here. We'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, I drew behind enemy lines. Not a great draw. So I've still got Seize and Interrogate. I have to kill a character in the fight in the close combat phase, and then I've got No Forgiveness, which is destroy an enemy unit that was controlling an objective marker at the start of the turn. So I don't think that's going to happen this time, but we'll see. Oh, I guess if I kill him, he's controlling 3. I can just, if I had to kill him, I could get like most of those as long as I finish him off in the fight phase. So we'll see what happens. We'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase. These guys stood still over here. These guys fell back. I spent 2 command points on Intractable, allowing them to shoot this turn. The Lieutenant also fell back out of combat. This Interrogator Chaplain stood in combat with him, and then these guys moved up here towards his Armorer Warglaive. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, start off the shooting phase. My Hellblasters here are going to fire into his Night Warden. I am going to supercharge, and I'm going to spend a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age. So here we go. The first guy is going to be hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Second guy hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits as well. So that's going to be 4 hits. Strength 8, so looking for 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. All right, so that is going to be 3 wounds there. AP -4, so 3 4-up saves because he's oh no, he's got the 4-up. 3 5-up saves, making 2 of them, so he takes 3 damage. And now this squad here is going to fire into him. We're going to start with the Multi-Melta, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a strength 8, so wounding on a 4. Nope, no wound. I'm going to spend a command point on that one. Yeah, there we go. That's a wound. 5-up invul save. Oh, he makes it. And now the bolters are going to fire into him over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Okay. Not meant to be there. So that's 4 hits. Looking for 6s to wound. Getting no wounds. 4 bolters from here are going to fire into him. Hitting on 3s. It's 2 hits, wounding on 6s. Getting 1-6. Regular save. Oh, he's good. All right, into the assault phase. This squad here is going to charge into his armor. And they are in. All right, so starting out the fight phase, this squad here is going to attack into his armor. 7 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling because of the Interrogator Chaplain. All right. These are going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 0 wounds. And now my Interrogator Chaplain is going to attack in here. 3 attacks, hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Wounding on 5s. That is 2 wounds. AP -1, so 2 4-up saves. Makes both of them. All right, so now he is going to do sweep attack on the tactical squad over here. So 8 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s, that's 3 wounds. AP -2, so it's 3 5-up saves. Making 1. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angels' turn here on turn 2. They auto-pass their morale test even though they lost 2 because they're within 6 inches of Interrogator Chaplain, which means they can use his leadership, which is 9, so I can't fail that one. I'm going to get rid of behind enemy lines because that's just not going to happen. And that is going to be it for the Dark Angels' turn here on turn 2. So we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Knights on turn 3. All right, so my opponent drew secure objective 6, area denial, and secure objective 1. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Knights here on turn 3. Movement phase for the Knights here. His Warden moved over here, looking on pretty much everybody over here. His Armiger has moved up over this way, looking on these guys. His Castellan has moved up over this way, looking on everybody. And his Armiger fell back out of combat, moved back over here to jump on the objective. So that is going to be it for movement. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, this Armiger here is going to fire everything into my Hellblasters over here. So we're going to start with the Lance first. So D3 shots. 1 shot, hitting on a 3. That is a hit. Wounding on a 2. That is a wound. AP -4. So it's going to be looking for a 6-up because they're in cover there. Nope, do not make it. D6. Ooh, 1 wound, still alive. And his Meltagun is going to be firing in here. That's not a hit. All right, his Warden is going to fire his Relic Gatling gun into these guys over here. He's going to fire the Meltagun into my Lieutenant down below, and he's going to fire the Missile Pods into my Hellblasters. So we're going to start with the Gatling first, hitting on 3s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so these are going to be wounding on 3s. All right, so that is 3, 6, 7 wounds over there. 7 AP -1, right? Or it's AP -2. So it's going to be +1 because of cover there. So we're looking for 4-up saves. And I failed 2 of them, so 2 are dead. And now the Missile Pod's going to fire into my Hellblasters, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits, wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds. AP minus a bunch, right? Let's see if it makes a difference. No, I don't think it's going to make a difference unless it's 3. AP -2. Oh, so actually, then both of them are saves. All right, I'll take that. All right, and the Heavy Flamer is going into them as well. So that's going to be 3 hits. That is looking for 2 wounds. AP -1 +1 because they're in cover. That is oh, you didn't have to. Yeah, so that's just going to be 2 saves because they're fill faces. Woo! And the Meltagun into my Lieutenant. That is a hit. That is a wound. That's AP -4. That's going to go straight through. D6 wounds. 3 wounds. So he's still alive. 2d6. He's definitely in Melta range. And the second one is 5, so he is dead. And now his Castellan is going to fire. He's going to fire the 2 twin Meltaguns and the shield breaker missile into my Interrogator Chaplain over here. He's going to fire the 2 siege breaker cannons into my tactical squad over here. He's going to fire the volcano cannon into my poor Hellblasters over here, and he's going to fire the plasma person blender over here into these guys over here. So we're going to start with what are we going to start with first?
Supercharged person blender.
Supercharged person blender into these guys over here. So 2d6 shots. So it's going to be 7 shots coming in here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right. Oh, he takes 1 mortal wound, but then he has a whole bunch of there. Looking for 2s to wound. So that is going to be all wounds there. So that's 6 wounds, right?
Yep.
Yep, 6 wounds. We've got 6 AP minus 3 plus 1, so 6 5-up saves. Making 2, 4 are dead. They are all dead. Now the Volcano Lance is going to fire into my Hell Blasters over here. So it's, what is it, D6 shots? 2 shots. Here we go. These are going to be hitting on 3s. That is 1 hit. That is strength, what is it again?
14.
14, so 2. That is a wound, AP minus 5. Oh, AP minus 5. Yeah, they are dead, so this guy is just obliterated. All right, Siege Breakers into my tactical squad over here. So 4d3 shots. That's 1, 2, 3, 9 shots that we've got coming in here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, real good there. These are now wounding on 3s. Doing real well there too. So that's 3, 6 wounds. 6 AP minus 2. So these are going to be the first AP minus 1. So the first guy's out of cover there. So this is going to be a 4-up. Nope, he's dead. And then we've got 5 3-up saves because they're in. The rest of them are in cover. Making all of those ones. Another Shield Breaker missile is going to fire into my Interrogator Chaplain, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Strength billion, so he's going to be wounded on a 2. That's a wound. AP minus 4. No invul save allowed. Looking for a 6-up. Show me that, Phil. First. No. I'm going to spend a command point. No. D6 wounds. Oh! Oh! Yeah, he did. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. This Armiger is going to charge into my Hellblaster over here. I am going to supercharge. So hitting on 6s. No 1s, but no 6s, and nobody to reroll there. His charge distance is totally in. Even if that was a 1, he still would have been in. And now the Warden's going to charge into my dude bros over here. Overwatching. Getting nothing there. So he needs a charge distance of 7. Is not going to get him in there. All right, now his Castellan's going to charge in over here. Overwatch. Hey, getting 1 hit. Hey, that's a wound. No, he makes the save. Now he needs an 11-inch charge to make this one. Oh, no, he does not make it. All right, so that's it for the charge phase. Into the assault phase, the fight phase. His dude bro, Armiger Warglaive is going to attack into my Hellblaster, hitting on 3s. All right, that's 3 hits. Wounded on 2s. That is wounded on 3s. No, strength 8. Yeah, or strength something. Yeah, so that's going to be 3 wounds. Yeah, you weren't doing sweep. You were doing like the choppy chop. So that's 3 wounds. AP minus. What is that? 1 second. All right, it's AP minus 3. So 3 6-up saves. Nope, he is dead. And that is it for the Knight's turn here on turn 3. And that's going to be it for our game here today because he outnumbers me 2-to-1 models on the table and he's got the Knights. So a brutal game, but a heck of a lot of fun. The new Knights, man, they are awesome. The Armigers give all the extra speed and mobility that the Knights were, I felt were severely lacking in last edition. So now with that included, along with all of their stratagems that they have and the new what are they called? The Castellans, the Dominus class Knights there. They've got incredible amount of firepower. They've got a lot of mobility. They've got a lot of everything. I think these guys are going to be a serious threat on the table, and a certain. I think they're going to be a pretty big meta changer. I really do believe so. I think that there's going to be if you see them going into a lot of tournaments, they're going to be able to mess with a lot of lists that were top tier previously that they're just not going to be able to handle this much tough 8 and fast moving melta shots and slicey chain swords and stuff like that. So a pretty brutal army, and I think they're going to be awesome to see. And I mean, they look awesome. And my opponent is still in the work in progress of painting them up. I made him bring them on the table because I wanted to see him out here. So he was a little reticent. He was like, "Oh, they're not even finished." And I'm like, "I don't care. I want them on the table. They've got some color on them. They're not just gray, and I think they look good. So I'm excited to see them going forward. And we'll bring them back on the table so you can see how awesome a job he gets them done once he finishes painting them up. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Devin, and until next time, have fun.